Hello, this is Joe Trout from the physics program at Stockton University. And this is the first lab for the science of ice cream. Now, whenever you begin cooking, the first thing you want to do is go and wash your hands. So when you wash your hands, you should do it for about 30 seconds. And the trick is that if you sing to yourself, happy birthday, that'll be about 30 seconds. So we'll use hot water. Some good soap. And make sure everything's nice and clean. The next thing you want to do is put all your ingredients together. This is called the mise en place. So we'll go ahead and put everything together, and we're going to make just a simple vanilla ice cream today. So for vanilla ice cream, what we use is 2 cups of cream, 2 cups of milk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and a pinch of salt, which is about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and a half a cup of sugar. All right, so that was 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, half a cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt. All right. So we want to start with everything nice and cold. So I put a glass ball in the freezer for about a half an hour to get it cooled off. And then we'll take our 2 cups of milk and pour it into the bowl. Then we'll add in our half cup of sugar and our pinch of salt, which once again is about 1/8 of a teaspoon. A 1/4 teaspoon is probably your smallest teaspoon, so use about half of that. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I like a lot of vanilla, so I might actually add a little bit extra, but at least 2 teaspoons. Then we'll whisk that together. If you don't have a whisk, a spoon is just fine. We'll just go until the sugar melts. And then we'll go ahead and add in our 2 cups of cream. Usually mix it up a little bit because sometimes it does separate a tiny bit while it's sitting in the shelf. And we'll go ahead and just mix this all together. Make sure the sugar is nice and dissolved. By the way, this is called the ice cream mix. So the cream, the sugar, the milk, the vanilla, and a tiny bit of salt is called the ice cream mix. And now we're going to use a home ice cream maker to make the ice cream. So first, these ice cream makers are not that expensive, which is easy to say, but they're about roughly $100. And the idea is that we have a bowl which is filled with a refrigerant called brine. and we put it in the freezer and it gets very cold. And it has a very high heat capacity. What that means is it'll take a lot of heat to change its temperature. So we put it in the refrigerator, in the freezer, excuse me, and left it there overnight, and now it's really cold. So a home refrigerator is about 5 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So we'll go ahead and take it out. And what happens here, if we look at the home ice cream maker, there's a little spindle here, and what actually happens is it spins, and we'll place the bowl on there. When we put the bowl on there, the bowl will actually spin. And there's another piece called the paddle, which is also in the freezer, so we keep everything as cold as possible. So here's our bowl. It's been in a freezer. And here's the paddle. And we place this on, and once again, what you'll see is that the ball actually spins. And what will happen is the paddle will remain stationary. And as the ball spins, this paddle will continuously scrape along the bottom and the sides. And as the ice forms, it will go ahead and scrape off that ice, and it'll mix air into your ice cream along with that ice. So we'll put the top on. Once again, this is the simplest form of ice cream. And we'll go ahead and pour it into the ice cream maker. And try not to make a mess, which I just did, but that's okay. All right. So now we'll turn it on. And what will happen is it needs to run for almost half an hour. So we'll go ahead and let this run. And in this model, the top is completely open. So there's a big hole here. So what we could do is take a clean, fresh towel. And if you'd like, take a little piece of saran wrap or tin foil. We'll just make a little cover for the top. And now we let it go for about 30 minutes. So of course we won't record for this 30 minutes. We'll just let it go. And then when it's finished, we'll show you how to take it out. Okay? Okay, so it's been churning for about half an hour. We'll go ahead and turn it off. And what you may notice is that the ice cream actually has increased in volume. And you can actually see it coming out the top of the machine here. Okay? And this is called the overrun. And this is because we whipped air into the ice cream mix as it was being frozen. So now it's the consistency of soft serve ice cream. And you can go ahead and take a little taste, right? So, tastes very good. And of course you could have tasted it as it was churning and make sure that if you needed to add a little bit more vanilla or a little bit more sugar. So now we'll take out the paddle. And here's our ice cream. And I found the best thing to use is either a glass ball with a tight lid or these disposable plastic balls, and they can be reused a few times. So this one has been used several times to make ice cream. So once again, it's the consistency of soft serve ice cream. And what we'll do is put it in the freezer overnight, and it'll harden up and become like ice cream. Okay, we can fill this up and go ahead and put it in the freezer. And by tomorrow, we'll have ice cream. There's bound to be a little bit left, so you can go ahead and spoon it out, and it makes perfectly delicious soft serve ice cream that you can eat now. Okay, so that's this lab. It was a simple ice cream, a vanilla ice cream, which consisted of 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, half a cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt, which is about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Next lab, we'll try making some chocolate ice cream and see how it differs. And actually, we'll make chocolate custard in which we add eggs also. Okay, well, thank you and have a nice day.